behind the AC unit, summertime still, so it's probably not going to shut off anytime soon. If it does, it'll be a miracle. But picked up a new little quick project. Just kind of go through real quick, move it along, get out of my way. But I'll introduce it to you, show you what it is as I got it, except for car wash. Now, I bought this car just south of town, drove it home down the highway after it had been sitting for years, and it drives good, runs good, shifts good. So I think I got a fair deal on it. It just needs a little more work. So let me show you what I got. So 99 Firebird. T-top car, 3.8 liter. It's not a V8 like everybody wants, and it's not a WS6. But I don't know about around the rest of the country, but I know around here, these cars are getting harder and harder to find. It had been sitting a while. He decided to finally let go of it. And got down there, got to talking with the guy. On the marketplace, he checked out my profile and realized I'm a Pontiac guy. Showed me inside his shop where he has an all-original 79 Trans Am. Pretty cool. Then he showed me what was in the corner of the shop, and not only did I get this car for a fair price, but the corner of the shop was pretty decent looking. Didn't see no rust in the cylinders or anything. 1969 400 Pontiac block. Well, it was a complete engine, but it's torn apart, short blocked, and the heads are over here, intake over there, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, let me have that for an extra $100, and I did not get $100 out fast enough for that deal, so I went ahead and picked it up too. Sometimes I just look into things like that, but he's taking pretty well good care of it. The interior needs a little work. Obviously the headliners, those just had bad luck with the headliners from the factory. Not much you can do about it. The lights are not working on the headlights, but the headlights themselves flip up and down. This one makes a noise, and there's actually a rebuild kit for it in the seat in the back, so there's that. And something else, I already got a bushing kit ordered to fix the door because the bushings are worn out. Passenger side is fine and good. Driver's side, not so much. While we're here, and you can see, move it a little bit, the tires. The tires have been sitting. Some of them are cracking. I'm gonna go ahead and replace them. I have been looking for a WS6 hood for this, aftermarket preferably, but no luck yet, so that may not change. Okay, so I also bought new carpet and new window motors because the window motors are slow. I was going to get a cold air intake, but for this car, even the V6, it's $399 from Summit. Almost everything I bought, the carpet, window motors, everything, was close to $6. So I could not justify buying a cold air intake. So what I decided to do is still get rid of this ugly air box here. This first thing I'm going to do to this car is this ugly thing, big ugly thing. That's what the cold air intake eliminates, is this ugly box, and it puts an open filter here, high flow one. But this big ugly thing that's open way down there, can cause turbulence, whatever. I went out and bought PC pipe and cut it to lengths, filed down the edges where it's supposed to be a smooth transition into it, painted it black. So it will actually go in its place here on this side, or in the middle, and here this filter, it ran good, but you know, that filter's trash. Basically, it's about a high flow air filter for it. So in total, I have roughly $46 right there, which is fine. Now that may be cheap, but guess what? It works. It does have that little tiny single exhaust pipe, which you know I'm going to change to something different. Now, at one time, this was probably pretty cool looking because it had the arrowhead, but the only problem with that now is it's just gone completely, falling apart. So that really needs to go. Alright, so got the new tires. While I was up, I had to lift it up, all the wheels off of it, down at the tire shop. Went ahead and replaced the brakes, which I'm surprised I stopped it all. So you can see the back brakes, or the front actually, excuse me, and the backs. Ain't nothing left. Surprised it still stopped. So I got those changed. Went ahead and took care of the downstream O2 sensor. That's good. Tires are on it, 245s on the back, 215s on the front. As you see, they look pretty good on there. I think it sits pretty well. And yeah, I painted the brake calipers while I was doing the brakes. Painted them Pontiac blue. Alright, so I decided to go ahead and do the mufflers now before I do anything else. Got a little rash with this one. I don't think that's going to go away though. Flash packs do not belong on this car. That sounds awful. At least the exhaust tips look good. And we'll scrape again. Getting ready to change the motor, window motor. I thought to myself, it was kind of odd that they rolled up so much better now than when I first got them. But you hear that? Obviously the car's not running, so it's a little slow. So to try to keep me from doing too much work, I'm going to do my old school trick first. Nice little grease is all it needed. So here's the passenger side before I pull all this out. Already got some of it off. See how nasty it is? That's all stuck. The seats are actually, could be cleaned. Back seats are pretty good. This side, there's a problem. It's got rust. It's almost time for the salvage yard to thaw that rust. But yeah, that's got to go, because this carpet is just bad, and it'll make the car look 100% better with the new carpet. Alright, now wow, what a difference. Seats were cleaned, new carpet in there. Looks a whole lot better. Clean the interior a bit. I think it looks a lot better. Carpet's got to stretch a little bit, but leaves. I think we'll be alright. So the coolest thing about this Firebird now, headlights work great. Got all that sorted and figured out. Changed the downstream O2 sensor. Got that muffler on there. It sounds good at idle, low RPM, up high. It still sounds like a V6, but with the tips on it, it looks pretty cool. The EGR valve just started throwing a code, so I thought it was a place. Looking at it, it may not have been. We're going to go ahead and change that. Still got the door bushings. We're going to go ahead and take care of that. Alright, now that the EGR is done, need to replace the bushings. Now, the door is cracked right there, which is very common. But if you watch that hinge right there, the amount of movement in it is way too much. That's probably the majority of my problem. I don't know if I can hold the camera here and lift up on the door. But you can see it does have quite a bit of movement. So I'm going to try to fix that. I don't think I could get any better if I tried, to tell you the truth. It looks like I'm just a hair off right here and a hair off right there. And not even really, it actually looks really good. I think I'm going to leave it before I mess something up. Alright, so the Firebird's behind me. The new owners should be showing up anytime soon. Everything's working on the car as it should. Obviously, did a bit of work to it. Changed the carpet, shampooed the seats, put new tires on it, downstream O2 sensor, door bushings, rebuilt the headlight motor, got the headlights working. Got the AC working because it didn't work before. Now it actually blows pretty cool. It is obviously 99, so it's not up to par with like a newer car in AC, but you know, it still blows pretty cold. It could probably use a new blower motor eventually. Maybe that would help, but it's still working right now. Now, unfortunately, the things I wanted to do to it, didn't get to do. Try to get some people to sponsor some LED headlight conversion kits for this. Didn't happen. The hood, I talked to Glass Tech. They're really, obviously, I like Glass Tech, and that's without a sponsorship or anything from them, because I've run multiple hoods from them. But with the date being out 2 to 3 months on time for a hood, I didn't have the time for it, unfortunately, so it's got a stock hood on it. And the few stock fiberglass hoods I found for it, honestly, they wanted more than a new aftermarket one, and I would still have to paint it to match the car, so for me that was a no, and they were further away, so there it is. Oh, and of course the exhaust, can't forget that. Now that's it for this car, so I hope you enjoyed this episode or this video. As always, thanks for watching.